Good day, everyone. I'm John. Welcome to English class. Today we'll be looking at vowel and consonant sounds. Okay. Already we know that we've got 26 letters of the alphabet, but these 26 letters of the alphabet, once they come together or once they actually stay in various positions in a particular word or in various words, they produce several sounds, making us to have 44 sounds, okay, created by the 26 letters of the alphabet. Now, these sounds, we've got the vowel sounds and we've got the consonant sounds. Now, the vowel sounds, when you are producing them, there is no obstruction, okay? That is, when the air that passes from the lungs, either through the out from the mouth or the nose, okay, there is no obstruction. But the consonant sound, once you're trying to pronounce them, there's always an obstruction, okay, from the lungs, okay. So that is the air that is passing out from the lungs to outside to the mouth or the nostril. Now, what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the letter A, for instance, okay, the letter A, for instance, okay. Now, it depends on the position that the letter is, okay, and depend on the syllables that exist, okay. If this letter A is in the middle of a syllabic word, for instance, you've got this, man, man. The sound that this letter A produces is this, I, the I sound, okay, the I sound. Now, this same letter A, if it's in a word that is two-syllabic, and that word is obviously, that the letter A is obviously standing on its own as a prefix, okay? For instance, you've got this, two-syllabic word, and the letter A is standing as a prefix. The sound that this letter A is going to produce is what? A. The schwa sound, okay, along, okay, ago, okay, alone. Now, if this letter A is obviously not standing as a syllable on its own, yes, in a particular word, then it produces another sound. For instance, we have this. We can see that letter AP gives you the syllable. It's a syllable on its own, okay? So the sound that this letter A is producing, even though it's starting a word, okay? Unlike how it's starting a word here, but it's standing as a syllable on its own. But here, it's not standing as a syllable on its own. It's with a particular letter. So the sound is going to produce I, apple, apple. Now, if this letter A is obviously preceded by the letter W, okay? For instance, you've got this. Even though it's in the middle of the word like this, but you can see that it's letter M that is preceding the letter A here. But in this case, letter by the letter W is not going to produce this sound, even though it's in the middle, okay? It's going to produce another sound, O, wash, okay? So how the letters that are just 26, okay, in number, can produce up to like 44 sounds. And we've got the vowels and we've got the consonant sound, okay? So as for the vowel sounds, there are 20 in number. Now for the consonant sound, there are 24 in number. Now these vowel sounds, they are even subdivided into two types. We've got the monotones and the diphthongs. Now, the monotones are just, okay, they are one sound, okay? The monotones are just one sound, while the diphthongs are the combination of two monotones. Then, as for the consonant sound, we've already treated the silent sounds, okay? So, the only thing we're going to treat is those sounds that are actually pronounced, even when you have the letters there. So, I want you to follow me to class, and let's have something written on the board. Let's look at those letters that obviously produce each of the sounds that you'll be introduced to. All right, so we have it on the board. There are 20 vowel sounds and 24 consonant sounds, okay, just like what I said earlier. Now, the vowel sounds are divided into monotongues, okay, these are the monotongues, okay, and diphthongs, okay. So the monotongues, they are 12 in number, okay. So the 12 in number, we have 7 short vowel sounds, then the 5 long vowel sounds, okay. Then we have the diphthongs, okay, the diphthongs are just 8 in number, okay. So that's everything concerning the vowel sound. Now let's now start looking at those letters, and the reason why those letters obviously produce these various sounds. Now the first one is the A. So in bracket I actually put the sounds, okay, the way they have been pronounced. So this sound or this sign is A. So the letter O can produce a sound sam, sam, san. Then letters OU can produce a sound trouble, trouble. Then letters OE, which is the only example of its kind, does. Then letter U and letter E is in the middle of a monosyllabic word, fun. Then letters double O, okay, in the middle of a word that ends with D, flood. Number 2, I. Now when letter A is in the middle of a monosyllabic word, cat. Then we got AI, okay, plight or plied, okay, plight. Then we got plied. These are the 2 examples of its kind. Then this is the only example of its kind, revel. Then this one, guarantor. So these are the examples of its kind, guarantor. So you take note of that. Number 3, O. So you can have letter OU in the middle of a one syllabic word. Take note, we have letter OU here, but this is 2 syllabic. Okay, that's bisyllabic. But this one is because it is 1 syllabic, that's monosyllabic. So that makes it O sound, cough, not calf. I'm not going to say calf. Now this one is A because it is bisyllabic, trouble. But this is monosyllabic, that's why the letter OU in the middle is O, cough. Then when you have letter A preceded by the letter W, was. I actually explained that before now. Then letter O in the middle of a syllabic word, pot. Then when you have letter AGE ending a word that has AU in the middle, okay, sausage. Number 4, we've got the E. When you have letter E in the middle of a word, okay, it produces the E sound. Then sometimes we've got letters EA that can produce the E sound. Now, most of the time, letter E is supposed to be long, that's E, okay? But in this condition, we've got some selected letters EA in the middle of a monosyllabic word that produce the short vowel sound, E. So this is pronounced as what? Ed. Then when you have EO in the middle of the trisyllabic word or maybe bisyllabic word, okay, example, jeopardy, not geo, that's EO in the middle, not geo, okay, it's jeopardy. So the only one that is actually having EO producing another word is people. That's it there, people, okay. Then we got AI, produce the S sound, said. Then we got IE, produce the S sound, friend. Number 5, that is U. Now when you have double O in the middle of a monosyllabic word ended with a letter K, okay, ended with a letter K, the double O will produce a short U. Or if it's ended with letter D, or ended with letter K. But if it's ended with any other letter, it will produce the long U. Is it raining already? Aye. So when you have letter double O, okay, ending with letter K, maybe preceded, okay, that is, comes before letter K or coming before letter D, the double O will produce the short vowel sound. But if the double O comes before any other letter which is not D or K, so it's going to produce a long vowel sound. So that's why, because of the fact that we've got letter D, before double, after double O, and letter K after double O. So the double O produces what? Short vowel sound U. Then we've got the modal auxiliary verb could, would, and should. Okay, even though we've got OU in the middle, so it's not going to produce any long sound. It's going to produce a short sound. Could, would, and should. Then we've got this bosom, woman. So those are the only kinds. Okay, those are the two examples that we've got: bosom, woman. Then when we have letter U in the middle of a syllabic word, bow. Okay, so the letter U produces the short U sound. Now the sixth sound E. That's why I have it in the bracket here, just like you pronouncing the letter E. So this sound is E. So don't go and say I. It is E. So letter E can produce a sound. Begin. Of course, don't pronounce that as begin. Begin. Then when you have a word ending with AGE, you have a word ending with AGE. The letter A there produces the E sound. Village, baggage, mortgage. Then when you have days of the week, okay, not the word day itself. The word day is A. When you have days of the week from Monday to Sunday, even today, okay, you have the letters AY there producing the E sound. Tuesday, not Tuesday, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then UI can produce a sound. Build, guild. Okay, so sometimes letters UI in the middle of the word can produce the E sound. Then letter I most especially obviously produce the E sound. Bid. Then when letter Y ends a particular word or end words most of the time, it produces the E sound. Busy, baby. Now, for looking at this, we've got the letter U producing the E sound, and we've got letter Y producing the E sound. Busy. Of course, you don't pronounce that as boozy. Now, the seventh sound is N, which is the last sound under the short vowel sound. The N sound. N. When letter A is actually the first word, starting a particular word, the first letter starting a particular word, and it's standing as a syllable on its own, okay, it produces the N sound. For instance, again. Then we got AE, anaerobic. Then we have AR ending the word sugar. Then we have ER ending the word later. Then we have letter O, okay, especially when letter O and B coming together, okay. Letter O starting the word, okay, a particularly two syllabic word or more than that, okay. Oblige, okay, oblige. Then we have OR ending the word. When you have OR ending the word, okay, it produces the N sound. Doctor. Then when you have OUR ending a word, it produces the N sound. Color. And when you have EO in a word, EO, especially maybe in two syllabic word and it's on the second syllable, dungeon. Okay, so that's everything concerning the short vowel sounds.